Welcome to the first ever episode of the Beeline here on the Hive Oclock News. I'm Superbee, and with me tonight is the most amazing Paul Whitehead. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you.
I want to tell you that male bees, also known as drones, do not possess stingers, so you're perfectly safe here at the Hive. I do have a pointy nose, however. Now, on this Beeline, we'll be speaking to a man who is known for amazing album art, but he's done so much more than that. There's also sculpture, even sand mandalas.
Sand mandalas.
I want to know so much more about what you do and how you do it. I guess the first question I have to ask is, when you're brought in to do an album cover for a band, what inspires you? How do you prepare yourself for that project?
Well, it's music. So the music has to inspire the whole thing. You know. I listen to the music, I get the artists to tell me what the words are about, what the album's about, whatever the concept is. You know. But it's the music. So basically I illustrate music. That's what I do.
Beautiful. Paul, I'd like to ask you about another of your projects. Not a visual one exclusively, but more audio. The Borg Symphony.
Oh, the Borg.
How long have you been involved, and when did you start that Borg Symphony? And how?
I don't remember when it was. It was like 4 or 5 years ago. But it happened out of a series of accidents. My musician friends would change their gear, you know, in their band.
They're going to upgrade?
They'll upgrade their gear, and they say, hey, we're getting new stuff. Do you want this keyboard? And it was like a great, you know, Roland keyboard with, you know, repeats and sequencers and everything.
You just get to have it?
Yeah, here you go.
Well, that's the right place at the right time.
I got
if I
a
ever
drum
heard.
kit at one point, right? A full drum kit, but I couldn't play it because it was like too noisy. So yeah, I just learned to play around with this stuff and wrote what I thought was music, you know. Eventually I mentioned it to a couple of musicians. I said, I've got this idea for a band, you know, what kind of music would cyborgs make? And one of my friends said, wow, that's a great concept. Can I work on that with you? So it was a cross-feeding, me giving it instruments to begin with, right? And then them responding to the idea, and I just sort of like took a back seat. I wrote the stuff and they performed it.
But you are the ringleader of the Borg Symphony.
Not the leader, we're a collective.
Oh, excellent. Everyone is an equal piece.
A hive mind.
The hive mind, I think I could relate to that. Now here's a question back to the album art scenario. I would say, personally, I'm a student of the 70s, that the golden age of album art probably was the 70s, certainly some 60s and 80s. And in the United States, of course, we dropped albums for CDs, even though they lived on in Europe, and now it's come back around, and the United States does release new albums on vinyl. But what do you see as the future of album art? Do you think we'll get away from discrete units like a DVD and a CD or an LP, and just it'll all be downloads, and then what happens?
People will download.
You think that the next wave will be virtual reality album art?
With a virtual artist making it with a virtual bus?
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe. And you can virtually interact with the art?
You can virtually enjoy it.
Next week on the Hive O'Clock News. Join us for the Beeline with Superbee and artist Trisha Van Cleef. Tune your antennae into our YouTube channel every Thursday at 1 p.m. And don't forget to make Believe.
Buzz around, buzz around, buzz around, buzz around, keep a buzz around.